Milestyle hailing frequencies are open.
Okay, we're on.
The opinions expressed in tonight's podcast are those of the individuals speaking. They do not necessarily reflect the views of HarrisFilm Productions or its other crew members.
Hello, this is Steve Harry Harris and the HarrisFilm crew.
On the panel, we have Ian Burke.
Good evening, everybody.
Roy Ivey. And Ken Mays.
HarrisFilm has entered the 2024 Showrunner Awards, and we're 2 of 27 entries. I'm not sure exactly what specific awards that they put themselves in for.
So tonight we're watching a movie called Mask. Don't get it confused with the cartoon from the 80s. I know these guys from somewhere.
Werewolf.
These guys have been busy for the last 12 years or so.
Aren't you coming?
No? Isn't that the sign for the reservation?
So what if it is? It's just a forest. No one's around. And if we get caught, we'll just say we didn't know.
But we do know, so.
Where's your sense of adventure?
Alright, we're not going far.
Women are always getting in trouble.
Ever since the Garden of Eden, right?
Nope.
What in the world?
I was thinking we'd go there on Thursday.
Did the sound go down?
Not real.
Seriously.
It's up all the way. That's weird.
You know, it is outside.
That's better. Must have been done on purpose.
Ooh, what did you pick up? Something's on the fourth floor.
There you go. All by yourself.
Ooh.
Ever heard of the buddy plan?
You're not chickening out on me!
Don't wander around.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you?
Over here!
Stay back.
Down here!
No, no, no.
Stop.
Don't tell me you fell down.
That's too close.
You can say that. Get me out of here.
Thanks, Captain
It's
Obvious.
pretty-
I fell.
No,
I'll try to find a big gun or something. I'll be back shortly.
let's see, we need a long rope for a ramp.
Go.
Even a log if you can pull one. Here, let's roll a log in on top of him. That's
Well, you might want to. See, where are we?
Man has
like
kept
Arkansas.
records diligently since the advent of the written word.
Planet
His
Arkansas?
accumulation of knowledge has
Might
grown
be Oklahoma.
exponentially with each passing decade. As he moved out into space, this knowledge was combined with that of many other races to create the single largest repository of information in the known universe. The repository is known as Memory Alpha. This is where you can access the Federation files.
How convenient.
Well, it may be on Earth.
You're just gonna take the rope and not the horse?
That's pretty stupid, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, hello. Horse could help you.
The horse could
I'm
have
back. I
pulled him
found
up.
an old rope. I think it'll hold.
Gina, you won't believe this. Look at it.
Wow, that looks old. Is there anything else?
I don't know.
Yeah, dead bones.
I'm coming
It's a
down.
rock.
Mm-hmm. He's having a rock party.
Okay, tying it around a tree.
Mm-hmm.
With it long enough.
Don't get him out. Let's get you both down there.
Come on.
If that makes sense.
No.
It's a woman.
You got a phone on, with a camera on it. Just take pictures and come back up, weirdo.
That's another
It's
way
like-
to alert people.
Somebody had something they tasted, it tastes bad. Here, taste this. Same plan.
Yeah, you thought that you were supposed to get
This is
that.
great. I think it's a mummy.
There were no mummies in North America.
Well, I'm no archaeologist, but I haven't heard of any gold death masks in North America either. But here it is.
Looks
It's
plastic.
a gray.
Yeah.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
We
pull
better
your
get out
rope
of
up.
here. This mummy's pretty small. See if you can fit it in your backpack.
Are you crazy?
What?
Yes, but do it.
That is
What
not
is
the
small?
archaeological method.
They don't care.
Let's go.
That's kind of disgusting, actually.
And none of it, I mean, take pictures, but leave things where they belong.
Yeah.
See the snake skeleton?
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're on Native American land in the first place.
Yeah, they just committed a felony.
No kidding.
Well, I think they're lucky they got out of the hole. If they're actually out of it.
Yep. Better take that rope back to where it belongs.
I mean, hell, they should have just added horse snapping to their list. Oh, just
Come
throw it down the
on.
hole.
Wow.
That wasn't even your rope.
That was rude.
What did you do with the rope?
Yeah, exactly. Why didn't you do that in the first place? It's not like it's locked or anything.
Yeah, keep following through. Oh, there you go.
I'm just gonna watch you walk off with my stolen shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, that's kind of interesting.
What is this, a museum? I didn't see a sign.
They're gonna rob this place too?
Well, they just left their stuff out, so I guess they
I
didn't
don't
really
see
want it.
anything here that's remotely close to what we found.
I don't either. The masks they do have here are all made of wood and are very stylized.
And the only mummies are in the Egyptian room.
I would love to know what's inside that mummy.
I think a child based upon the size.
Maybe, but the head seems way too big.
Why don't you just cut it open? You already stole it, you might as well desecrate it.
We found it. You could even say we rescued it. That's different than, say, grave robbing. Aren't you even a bit curious?
I guess so. But I still think it's a child with macrocephaly.
What?
Macrocephaly, a child with an enlarged head.
I think we should have it x-rayed.
Right? We just go to the hospital and say, here, x-ray this baby mummy.
No, but my cousin Sarah works the night shift in radiology at the hospital. I'll get her to bring it in and have it x-rayed while no one's around.
I think we should take it back and forget all about it.
Well, I don't. Let's go.
Or we could take it to the University of Arkansas, where they have a lab. Oh, wait a minute. Then you'd be admitting
Well, I mean,
you
they just
committed
had
a
this
felony.
big public conversation.
Yeah. And that starts with a photograph, right? You take photos and videos, and then you admit that you broke into the federal land. Either way,
Today
they're
marks
all
the
screwed.
26th anniversary of the passing of country music legend Sonny Clemens. In memorial, here's his biggest hit, Regret in My Rearview Mirror.
What's taking her so long?
She has to wait until she's alone.
Really?
Drawing closer to by and by. I see you deep in my mirror as I roll down.
This looks more like a patient than a radiologist.
Done. What do you think about the package?
Yeah. What is it?
I don't know. It's weird. But I honestly didn't look at it too close. I need to get back to work.
Thanks.
Wait, didn't even pay her or anything?
I'm telling you that this was an alien, and the death mask is what he looked like when he was alive.
I think you're right.
Oh, now they're calling.
Hello?
Hey Gina, it's me. 2 FBI agents were asking about the x-ray I took for you.
What did you tell them?
They said they would arrest me as an accomplice if I didn't tell them where I got the x-ray.
I don't get how they even knew about the x-ray.
All modern x-rays are digital. That means they're on the cloud just like everything else. I guess the FBI monitors those kind of things.
What should I do?
I don't know, but I'm out. They know your name, so I wouldn't go home.
Okay. Thanks for the heads up.
I wouldn't go home. The FBI's after you.
Big trouble.
We search for paranormal investigations, New York City. Did you know there are 14 paranormal detective agencies just in the city itself?
No? Why do we care?
The FBI are after us. The police can't help. After all, we stole this stuff, so maybe a UFO group can do something. Here's one that's only 5 blocks away. Star Private Eye. They claim to investigate alien residents on Earth. Let's go.
Sounds familiar. Where have I heard that name before?
I know who it is.
So,
These guys.
Come to a reservation, robbed a tomb, and now have government agents looking for you.
Bingo.
If the FBI is already on this, there's little we can do. By all rights, we should detain you and turn you in. But I'm not going to do that.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Oh, look
Karen,
at the picture.
photograph the hell out of that mask and mummy.
Making copies.
I'm going to mail the documentation to myself
Why?
to preserve the evidence. If you don't think the FBI knows you're here, then you're too naive.
Not even
Say
take
your
pictures.
cousin Sarah called you?
Yes. The FBI surely was monitoring your cousin's phone to see if she would call you.
And they're tracking it too.
They're probably watching the building right now.
Guess who?
Excuse you!
I am Joanna Two Rivers of the United Peoples.
Well, we're kind of busy at the moment. Can I schedule you an appointment?
I'm here with regards to your current situation.
I'm not sure what you mean.
The Star Child. You have it. Gina and Kelvin brought it here.
Can I help you?
No, but I can help you. There are 2 federal agents downstairs right now. They're authorized to use whatever means necessary to recover the Star Child.
Great, we're too late.
Not yet. They know the kids are here, but they don't know I am. We need to return the Star Child to his home. To accomplish that, we have to work together.
What's this? Dress down. My baby. Uh-oh.
Congratulations, assaulting federal officers.
That's what I was thinking.
Officer. Don't worry about it. You got it.
Got the bag. Why look inside?
All right, let's go.
Where's the SWAT team?
Little baby.
Don't touch my baby. Don't burn it. Put it back where you got it from.
You have returned. Do you have the Star Child?
No, but he's on his way.
Are these the intruders?
Yes. However, they realized what they've done, and they were instrumental in arranging the Star Child's return.
Well, forgiveness can only be given by the one who has been wronged. But if the Star Child returns home, then the trespass will be forgotten.
Let me
Good
have
lighting.
the child, please.
What about the mask?
It's on
There you go. Alright. Has the mask too. We're good.
Federal agents, everybody freeze! I said freeze!
Really? Not very observant, are they?
Stop right there. I won't warn you again.
So, Agent, what can I do for you?
We're investigating the theft of some stolen artifacts, and we need to bring you in for questioning.
As their legal counsel, I must be present. You're their lawyer?
Yes, she is.
May I ask why you need to question them?
We're investigating the theft of some native artifacts.
What was stolen?
As if you don't know.
A gold mask and a mummy.
Are you referring to this mask?
Yes.
It seems to be in the possession of the original makers.
Okay, smart guy. What about the mummy?
I believe the remains of that child has been given back to his family.
You won't get away with this.
Sir, you're on the land of the United People. Without a warrant or proper authorization, I suggest you take your partner and leave before this escalates. Though your intrusion upon our lands was ill-advised, and the disturbance of the Star Child's resting place unconscionable, all will be forgiven and forgotten. You two have performed admirably. On behalf of the teachers and myself, we want to thank you for the return of the Star Child. We are in your debt.
You're welcome, but I do have a few questions.
Well, there is much to discuss, but not tonight. You have proven to be quite honorable. You may return and speak with the Council of Elders whenever you desire.
Barbecue
Will you
Sunday.
accept the responsibility and the challenge of educating these two in the proper respect for nature and the universe?
I will. Thank you, sir.
Well, let's get you two back home.
Coming now?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Thank you, sir, for everything.
Congratulations, they all made the no-fly list.
Yeah.
I was adopted. Why do you ask?
Did you retrieve it?
No, sir. We were close, but we were not successful.
Who's that, Ken?
Colonel Green.
There you go.
Close is only good enough for hand grenades. Fail me again, next time I'll pull the pin. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, Major, sir.
So he's not a colonel yet.
Right. See, this would have been a perfect thing to have in one of our HarrisFilm Trek Connections kind of shows, because it's not strictly a Star Trek episode, but it's got those connections.
I noticed that the horse actually got a credit.
Yeah, I do my best to get everybody in the credits, but I don't know that if I would have remembered the horse. So,
Well, you listed Bell.
yeah, generally speaking, great job. I had questions, but if you pay attention to my commentary, I apologize for interrupting the show. But my comments were on point with what happened when it happened. I do this to my wife all the time. We'll be watching a story and the guys go in to investigate something and they're like, wait a minute, you didn't put your gloves on. Where's your gloves? Then they go, hey, look what I found. And they pick it up. There's no gloves. There's no photos. What are you thinking? You got a camera in your phone, even if you didn't bring your professional camera. So that's all. I mean, Yeah. Generally speaking, hey, 2 thumbs up. What do you say, Roy?
Hey, another good film. I believe this might have been the first in the series, but don't hold me to that. I liked it. I think it took a little while to get into the story since we started with the wayward Tomb Raiders.
Ah, yes.
But we eventually got back into the story. Usually that it would have happened quicker, but they probably adjusted to that in the later show. X-Files and Star Trek, yeah. Yeah, I forgot the Colonel Green ending. I think we actually see Colonel Green in a Wolf Reynolds film.
Yes, there is another one.
We review that. That's part of the problem with reviewing things in alphabetical order instead of order of release. We don't always see them in order. And then you go, wait a minute, I know these guys.
I like that Reynolds and Wolf are always salvaging lost film.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to use footage that was made but wasn't ever able to be used. So I appreciate their conservatorship in saving fan films to use in new.
Yes, there are rumors that there's a Colonel Green film longer than the one we've seen, and I think that's what you're talking about in particular.
Why did you untie the rope from the horse?
Yeah. Why take the rope?
We just walk this horse over to the hole and pull them out.
I'm sorry, I was yelling that during the movie.
It did seem kind of funny. For some reason, they had to go to the horse and untie the rope. I'm sorry. Otherwise, it's fine. It's just a little.
It was part of the deal. It was part of the deal.
Yeah.
The pasture belonged to the horse, and he would only allow them to use the pasture for filming if he got.
I'm not going to play with you guys. You take my rope and go away.
It was in the horse's contract.
Yeah, he had to have a featured part in order for them to use his land.
Yeah, okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I guess maybe Glenn was thinking that this will show the bad character even better. That not only did they take this rope and not even think it through, but when they're done, they throw the rope in the hole instead of returning the rope to the horse or whatever. Let's hide the evidence in the hole. So that's probably what he was going for. I don't know.
Yeah, not to mention the fact their DNA would be all over that rope.
I don't think these criminals were thinking that far. They're teenagers. Right? Am I being an old man? I'm sorry.
Yeah, going on the tribal land, stealing artifacts. Yeah, how many felonies are you committing here?
Yeah, get off my land.
And they got away with it.
They watched Indiana Jones last night. Well, you know, Harrison is supposed to be a defender of antiquities. Look at everything he's ever found. The entire
Indy?
Yeah, the entire place gets destroyed.
Yeah, he's got one mask or golden idol.
Yeah. He finds things, he gets the golden idol, and he gets it out of there, and everything collapses.
And how many people has he killed?
Boulders come out, they come rolling down the hill to get him, and everything that he left behind him is gone.
Right.
It's completely gone.
Yeah.
Destroyed.
Temple of Doom.
No evidence that any civilization was ever there.
Yep. Hey, but I preserved this thing, and I wrote these things in my notebook. Hey, and I got Hitler's signature. His autograph. Okay. It was before the war. Ian?
You know, except for the 2 grave robbers and the investigators, everybody was pretty hip to these aliens and who they were.
Yeah.
This was a really, really interesting one, and it went off the Trek thing into more of like modern UFO lore. I mean, the Star Child, they described in another episode we reviewed, they talked about how the Greys were a hoax by the government to mislead leads on actual UFOs. But in this one, we see where they encounter a being that the Star Child had certain qualities, like the Greys.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary that
the two grave robbers were yeah. I don't know what they were up to. I mean, that let's shout out that we've just stolen these bodies in the middle of the museum like lobby, and nobody would possibly be overhearing that one. There's silliness, but
I guess
that's just plot device there.
The horse snitched.
Okay.
It was. The parent being or whatever, the adult thing, was very similar to reports of these things. I think they're the tall whites or something, but supposedly this species in the 1960s and the 70s, the CIA would cart their ambassadors in, give them a pair of sunglasses, and let them blend in and take them into Vegas for the weekend. I think that was maybe Phil Schneider or something that brought that up.
Interesting.
Yeah, supposedly out in the desert somewhere, we had an intergalactic truck stop, hosted by the U.S. government, and we'd bring these people in, give them some dark sunglasses and a baseball cap, and let them see what Vegas was like.
I used to have to travel a lot, and when I would go on these long road trips, I'd listen to the talk radio, and that's the kind of a thing that they would bring up. Interesting stories.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, the agents were fully aware of the beings and what they were and so forth.
There's always a link to Native Americans with the Star People, if you want to call them that. You go back through the legends, look at the wall paintings and all of that. They've got oral legends that go back to the beginning of their tribes.
If you're following now modern ufology, which is big on Twitter right now, we're discovering that there is a huge spiritual aspect to this. So people like the Native Americans, who are more in tune spiritually, would probably have the heads up, and beings of a more enlightened nature would probably want to deal with the more spiritual people. Look at all the different sides on Twitter. I've been looking at a lot of stuff by J Project Unity.
Okay.
And then there's different controversial figures who have somewhat similar stories but somewhat conflicting ends. So you take someone like Luis Elizondo, but then you got to put him in contrast with someone like Dr. Stephen Greer. And you got to hear both their sides, because maybe Luis Elizondo is telling some of the truth, but a bit of government disinformation. And maybe Dr. Stephen Greer is telling some of the truth, but Dr. Stephen Greer is part reptilian and has the agenda of his people. I'm not saying he is reptilian, but he could be a reptilian if you watch Greer carefully. And I'm not saying all reptilians are bad either. Yeah, it's there's good humans and bad humans. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff people are having discussions over there about heavy topics now.
Haven't tuned into that yet. Not enough hours in the day, man. Okay, Ken?
I had some thoughts about the Colonel Green character.
Oh, okay.
All we really know about the character, canon-wise, is what we saw in that one episode of TOS.
Yeah, not
I've
necessarily
seen some
a great episode either.
Say that he basically rose to prominence in the U.S. military after the eugenics wars, and basically tried to stage a coup and take over.
Right.
And then basically ended up with a massive civil war, which culminated in World War IV.
Was it? I thought it was World War III, but okay.
Well, the eugenics wars technically was World War III
I'm
because
not sure that's.
it was a war
You're a
on
better
every
expert than
continent.
I am.
Yeah.
I always had
That would make
confusion over
sense.
that. Why
But
are
the
you
thing
calling it World
is
War III if the eugenics war is something different? Or I would have just said World War III, the eugenics war part or whatever, the eugenics campaign or whatever. But to me, it's two
well,
separate wars. I'm not
well,
great on.
considering the eugenics wars were on every continent, because basically they seized power in over 40 nations spread
Right.
over the planet, and
Well,
it
see, that was
took
part of
them.
Khan. Khan was part of
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, Khan actually was stayed out of it for the most part until the very end, when he was, because he was a Superman. Once the other Supermen were finished, he was the last one, and they attacked him preemptively.
Yeah.
Because they actually stated he didn't attack anyone until he was attacked himself.
Right. So he was defending himself.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about a good villain is you're always on the right side.
Yeah.
You know?
But here's the thing about my take on Colonel Green. We don't know what branch of the military he was part of.
Right.
He could be Army, he could be Air Force, I would even go with
Marine.
Space Command.
Well, there you go. We didn't have that back when he was invented, but
Yeah,
sure, why
and
not?
that red jumpsuit he was wearing, it's like, well, where the hell did that come from? It doesn't look like a military uniform. But in this story, given that he's still a major, it doesn't really, he could be in any one of those three branches. I think it would have fit better if he was wearing BDUs.
Yes.
And
That means camouflage.
the agents that were tracking them, instead of identifying themselves as FBI, I think if they identified themselves as Army Intelligence
Or
or
federal agent even. You don't have
yeah,
to say what branch you're in.
yeah, but I don't know what the Air Force calls their intelligence units, but
OSI.
OSI or whatever, and
Yeah.
2 thumbs up.
Okay. Great locations.
And that poor
Using
horse
actual Native
stealing his rope
Americans.
and
The
then
horse?
tossing the rope down. Yeah, stealing the rope and then tossing his rope down that deep hole.
That was concerning. I'm sorry. I was yelling at the TV. I do that on the NCIS all the time. It's like, oh my gosh, what did you just do? Everybody gives it 2 thumbs up then.
2 thumbs up.
Excellent. So, in closing, congratulations. And we are looking forward to your next film. So, good night from Ken Mays. Special guest, Ian Burke. And our regular Roy Ivey. Well, we hope you've enjoyed our show. We try to do something to make your day better every time we show up.
Hailing frequencies are closed. Transmission complete.